Dude, there's some.
Hey everybody, how you doing on Tuesday? I'm used to saying Sunday night on this whenever I'm doing a live, but here we are on Tuesday night because there is a big game tomorrow. So can't wait to jump in and talk all about that. We've got a fun guest tonight, Finn from the Houston Dyna Pod. He's going to join us in just a minute. Talk up the game, talk about his thoughts on the Messi effect, all kinds of fun stuff. And for us, just to get to know a little bit more about Houston, because I'll be honest, other than Hector Herrera and Ben Olsen, I don't know a whole lot about Houston Dynamo. We're going to get into a lot of that tonight. But before we do that, we do have some business, as always, and that is to say thank you to Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. You want to know where to get all your best Inter Miami gear? It's at Caneswear. Cheaper prices than in the stadium. And remember, all those lines that I keep showing you guys in the game day vlogs, who wants to wait in a long-ass line like as if you're going to Disney when you want to see a soccer game? So go to Caneswear. There's no lines there. They got a bigger store. And Mia Rodrigues, the GOAT of all realtors. So call Mia if you want to sell or buy any property, and also watch her on TV. She's on the American Dream. It's on all the channels, it seems like. So you can see what she's up to there as well. But call her 754-269-6923 for any sales you want to make. So let's go right ahead and let's welcome in our guest. And before we do that, as always, guys, voicemail is open today. Just like always, you want to give a call, 786-474-4435. We can drop a call or two in, and the chat is always open. So get active in the chat. You want to join the conversation? Do it. All right, let's not wait any longer. Let's say hi to Finn. Finn, how you doing tonight?
I'm great, man. Thanks for having me on. I love your advertisements. Those were great.
It helps pay for the lights and the camera, right?
and the action. What pays for the action?
There you go. Well, it's tomorrow night, big game for both teams. You guys are traveling down here. But before we get into all that, just get a little background on you, learn about you as a fan. How long have you been following Houston Dynamo?
Oh, since we were terrible.
Well, that's been for a long time. I mean, that could have been just like last year.
You want to compare trophy cases, Peter? We could look.
Well, we're a new.
You just
team.
got your first.
We're a new team.
That's what Hey, when we were a new team.
I know, but my point is, Houston has for the most part has been what?
We've been
average to below average most of your. With a bright spot in the very beginning.
There was a good 6 to 7 year run. We had the 2017 Western Conference runs, 2018 U.S. Open Cup championship.
U.S. Open Cup, right?
We're in the playoff positions right now. Where are y'all at?
Yeah.
10th? Y'all are 11th? Where are y'all at? Y'all are slightly outside of it, aren't you?
Oh, no, we're further down than that. we're further down than that. But yeah, no, you guys are in the playoffs for sure. Haven't clinched yet. There's not as many teams clinching in the West as of yet, but so you've been following the team since they came over from San Jose.
No. I didn't know what soccer was till my son started playing.
What got you into the Houston Dynamo?
I'm kidding. I live in Houston, and I watched it on TV. We started watching the Premier League. I follow Spurs, so there's been a lot of pain in my life. I'm a Mets fan, a Jets fan, Tottenham, Houston. My life is nothing but trauma and pain when it comes to sports. It's not fun. But my son got me into it. He's a gifted little soccer player, and we started watching it, learned about it, and I mean, after 14? He's been playing for 8 years, and his mom finally understands what a free kick is. She still doesn't get offsides though; she hasn't figured that one out. But no, it's been great, man. It's been a great year. We had some tough years. We had that one Western Conference final and Open Cup, but other than that, man, it's been like funding the government, non-existent.
Yeah, but things have definitely gotten have gotten better right this year. I met you guys new coach with Ben Olsen. Ben Olsen,
That's
we
great.
talked to another guy from Houston just near the beginning of the season. Did not have kind things to say about Ben Olsen. Not sure why, but he
Who
seems
did
to
you
have
talk
turned
to?
the team around quite a bit.
Who was it? Give me his name.
I don't
Because I know all
remember.
their
I don't remember. It was another podcaster out there, but I don't remember his name.
Did he talk really slow and like this the whole time?
He had an accent, like a European
I know
accent
who
of some
it
sort.
was. I know who it was.
I don't remember.
Him and I are really good friends. His name is Andre.
Oh, he was a good guy, but he was not thrilled. I guess that's sarcasm.
Dude, hey, a lot of people weren't thrilled about Ben Olsen, but when you look at his statistics and what he did in DC, how could you not be? No, he's not Tata Martino. He's not. Don't you guys have him, Martino? Right?
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay. But he didn't come till Messi, right? He's not Tata. He's not. I was going to say Bruce Arena, but people have mixed feelings on that.
Well, especially now. Yeah.
But I mean, he was solid. He was a solid player. He was a solid coach. He got no backing. When he was backed slightly, they did very well. He is now the second. This is so sad. He's the second winningest coach in Dynamo history with 17 wins, according to stuff that's been posted. That's how good we are. But he's got a way to go to catch Dominic Kinnear. We're good now, man.
You're good now. Good now. But you're good now. But not so good on the road. And you guys have only 2 wins on the road, I think?
I think it's more than that. I mean, like all time or this year?
Well, no, this year. Your record looks like Houston away record 2-4-9. So 2 wins on the road. You guys clearly are not a good road team. Go ahead.
Who is? What team in the league, aside from the 2 at the very top, have good road records? Because we've talked about this a million times. The United States is massive. We are, how 1,500 miles apart, us and y'all? That's a 3-hour flight. 3-hour flight. I mean, the U.S. is big. Why are we so bad on the road? We've had a couple of years of awful coaches. We've had a horrible general manager and owner for a while. So, I mean, it's like it's bad, man. It was a bad time. But this year, 4 draws, 9 losses, 2 wins. Look at our home record. It's stout. But yeah, on the road, everybody's pretty awful in MLS because it's difficult because you got, I said this before, Hector Herrera is flying on the plane next to a crying baby and an overweight man. How's he supposed to rest up for the game?
Well, you guys can now take private jets just like we can. So you're not necessarily that private, that little crying baby quite as much.
I think you guys have a little more money coming in than us at this current.
Do you? I don't know much about your ownership group. So your ownership group, would they be willing to splash money like a Messi deal?
We got Hector Herrera, but
but that's definitely he's good, but it's not the same level as far as just as far as money commitment and stuff like that. I mean, he's a good player, so no doubt.
There's like 3,000 other teams that also didn't splash Messi money. Only one did, but you got to admit, like. Beckham's pull, Alaba. Wasn't Iniesta rumored to be going to Miami?
Yeah, everybody's rumored to come here.
You got that chubby guy that smoked cigarettes that played striker last year and with his brother.
Yeah, Higuain.
But
he's gone.
You guys, you can't miss on Messi. Other than that, you guys have been like, I don't know. You guys have missed a lot of the big names.
Oh yeah. With I mean, we started off with a poor front office. Turned things around with Chris Henderson came in and, had to definitely tank to some extent to save up enough TAM, GAM, all that kind of play money, all that monopoly MLS money to get players like Busquets, Alba, and Messi. And then, of course, the younger players that we brought in, the young DPs as well that, that aren't
And then last
cheap.
year, you guys, somehow y'all's ownership, your GM screwed up the designated player allotment. Y'all had 4, right? And you had to get rid of that Argentinian kid.
Yeah. But we didn't get busted last year. It was the year before we got caught cheating.
Before. Yeah, it was we got caught cheating and we still didn't make the playoffs. Oh, you guys were 5th, weren't you?
Yeah, it was we have here's the thing. We have made the playoffs. So I know you're throwing shade a little bit there, but
just returning fire. Just returning fire. Just shut.
We have made the playoffs. 3 out of the 4 seats. We missed it last year. But I was just reading the chat. Yes, because technically we had like 5 DPs. I mean, we cheated pretty good.
Yeah, I would go heavy on the empanadas too. One world empanadas are delicious.
Oh yeah, see on this show we do tend to diverge. It sounds like it looks like you might be reading the chat or something. We tend to diverge into the food conversation pretty quickly and easily.
Okay, so what was up with Messi? Not this was the last one. When did they pull up the 37th minute?
Yeah. And Jordi Alba just like literally 2 minutes before that. So they it was a questionable pulling out 2 players, burning 2 substitution windows when probably should have just combined it into 1 substitution window.
No, still won though, right? You still won 4-1. Was it 4-1? You guys won though, 4-2, didn't you?
Yes, that game. Yeah, we won because in the second half. So Messi had really 0 impact in the first half, but we won in the second half.
There will be a repeat of that on Wednesday. That will be repeated. I'm interested to see how he stacks up against our midfield. We have
so do you think Messi plays and how?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, sorry, man.
No. I mean, because there's so much drama down here as far as will Messi play? Won't he play? He's got some sort of scar tissue type of thing. They're not really talking too much about it. The team is very cagey about it. And actually, it's funny it's a bit of a sore point with fans, around the league a little bit in that, we're famous for not talking about the injuries. And, they skirt around that quite a bit. So there is still a question mark as to will Messi play? Of course, we all think he will, but will he start? Will he come off the bench? Nobody really knows. How much time does he have in him? Because it's, he's got some sort of aggravated scar tissue or something to that effect.
It's probably, I would imagine it's like a C-section scar from giving birth to actual fans in Miami.
Oh.
Or possibly, I mean, his shoulders could be sore from carrying the team. Who knows?
You can't talk too much about fan support because every time I flip on a Houston game, the stadium's empty.
That's because, we are on the field. You can't see us. We blend in with the seats.
So
people bring that up. People bring up our attendance all the time.
Well, no different than you just doing it to ours.
Oh, I know.
I mean, look, in all honesty, though, South Florida is not a great sports town. I mean, we're such a transient. We're such a transient town here. So many people from New York and all that. And, quite often you go to like a Miami Dolphins game. There's more Jets fans than there are Dolphins fans. It's a tough sports market here. No question. But
what's weird is Vegas has a lot of transients, but their hockey team does phenomenal in attendance. Anyway, back to our attendance.
Yeah. Why do you think Houston Dynamo it doesn't seem like it's really connected with the fan base down there?
Well, it did at one point. Go back to our history. Up until Gabriel Brenner took over, we were selling out. We hold the state of Texas record for MLS. Most people at an MLS match. It's like 32,000. But when you go through 10 years of neglect, like we did, you alienate fans, and we alienated a lot. And if you want to see them, go to Dynamo Reddit. You'll see all of the alienated people. And it's hard to bring them back because this is the first season where we've been good in a while. And people are like, I'll wait till next year. Also, the ticket prices, every single club worldwide, the ticket prices are going up an astronomical percentage. I mean, I know yours have increased because of Lino, but like, Jesus, do they not realize there's inflation? There's people struggling. I wonder sometimes if these MLS is sustainable, but if they keep raising the prices like this, your common soccer fan is more of a blue collar than white collar person. Can we agree?
Yeah, I would agree for sure.
And blue collar folks tend to work longer hours and make less money, and they want their money to go somewhere where they know it's being invested well. And if you're going to raise ticket prices 20-30%, I didn't renew mine for next year. I mean, we were good before I didn't renew it, but we don't have the money.
Interesting.
We just don't.
We went through a similar thing, was it last year or 2 years ago? We were bad, and they raised our prices 20-30% as well.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So, I mean, it is across MLS, but, Actually, I'm concerned. Like, what is it going to look like here next season? Because clearly they're going to raise the prices because of the Messi effect. So that's gonna impact our
Miami
pricing
tickets
down.
are Miami tickets are an investment while he's there. Like, buy them, get your season tickets, and just resell them because you're going to make a ton of money. It's like Taylor's, not you, Peter, the Fairweather fans, the plastic fans.
And that's funny. We're going down so many paths that is not related to the game, but that's what we do on the show. We're a tangent show.
That's because I didn't take my medicine.
No, I love it. There is infighting. The funny thing is, there's infighting amongst Inter Miami fans, and you use the word plastic fans because that's Inter Miami fans like myself that have been from day one or even before, right? Now arguing with fans that are just here for Messi. And there is a lot that are literally here for Messi. When Messi leaves, they will too. And we know that. Of course, if you could keep 10% of those fans, it's a win. It's a win. But that is a term that's being thrown around a lot here as far as plastic fans. But, it's sports. I mean, it is what it is.
You guys are kind of like the Wrexham of America right now, except you have the best player arguably in the history of the sport. They just have Deadpool and that guy that tells dick jokes from It's Always Sunny. So,
I do like the show though. Forgive the chats. I'm having issues with these.
It's okay, Leo. We're gonna get that W, buddy. We're gonna do it. I hope.
Yeah. My last couple of shows, I've had issues with my chat here, and I'm trying to fix it.
I like how it's just popping up in front of us. It's great.
No, it's supposed to pop in the bottom, but for some reason, it's not cooperating with me, and even though I set it before the show, it forgets it. There we go.
It's the Steve Jobs operating system.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not the Apple issue. It's the
eCam.
Yeah, they did an update. I'm still trying to work around. Anyways, you got some people in here. Leo Lopez in here. That's good to see.
Yeah, I think we should talk about the game. You want to?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay. If you
want,
we don't have to.
So, you're on the road. You guys, you're coming in. You're having a good season, but you did lose to Kansas City. I think this last week, right?
We did.
We've beaten Kansas City with our second without Messi and friends. So I look at that as a positive. Again, I don't know a ton about Houston, but
were you at home or were you on the road?
We were at home.
Okay.
And we're home again, right? So now, granted, we're planning on obviously that Messi and Busquets will play. Alba is not going to play, so you don't have to worry about him. But where do you think Houston, realistically, not just trash talking, but where do you think? If you want to trash talk, that's fine too. But where do you think they stack up against this Inter Miami team with Messi expected to play?
You guys are better up front. We're better everywhere else, I think. Our midfield, I would put second to none in this league. Our back line, I would put second to none in this league. Our goalkeeper is having a career year at 36, which is, it could be a fluke, okay? But up front, you guys are better. I mean, you have the best player in the history of football. You're better up front. But our midfield has been so solid and so critical to what we do, and Hector Herrera has been the engine of this team. Along with that, we rested guys against KC, Peter. We didn't play all our starters. We ran a little bit different people out there. But we saved some of our best guys for this match. Corey Baird didn't start. Dorsey didn't start. Who was the other one? Was there one more? Oh, Zinchenko didn't start. So we sat our best center back. We sat our best attacking player. And we sat our best right back. So we sat three of our best 11. We sat three of them. And that game, look, us and KC, we hate each other. Johnny Russell goes out early, and it was 1-1. They score a goal because we have young Ethan Bartlow in there, who I like Ethan. He drinks at the same bar I do. But we pissed that game away. And I saw when it was 2-1. It was 37 minutes in. I'm thinking, we're going to lose this game 2-1. And we did. Where do we stack up with y'all? You have to go after Messi. You got to be physical with him, and you have to let him know, we came to play. Because we're not going to lay down, man. We are going to play. We're going to fight. We have heart. We play together. And H-Town till we drown, baby.
Well, to your point about resting players, we did the same thing against Orlando, which is, a rivalry of sorts, budding rivalry. They seem to care more about it than we do. But we rested, obviously, Messi, Alba, and Busquets. But our players are definitely looking tired. I mean, we got a young guy, Kremoski, that was looking really, really tired in that game. The League's Cup may have taken it out of some of these players. We have a little bit of an older, at least our stars are older. But so many coaches have come in, and specifically in the League's Cup, have come in against Inter Miami thinking they had a game plan for it, and then it just all goes out the window. Messi has his magic moments. Yeah. Sometimes the players on the opposing team are a little starstruck. We saw that in some games where, like, even Atlanta didn't really want to attack a whole lot. They seem to give Messi more respect than you should, right, if you're the opposing team. Curious in where Houston falls in that, because who's on Houston, who's sitting there going goo over Messi, and freaking out that he's on the same field as Messi, because that does happen, and
let's make it easier.
Affect the game.
Who's not? Say who's not? Hector Herrera, because he's been there. Franco Escobar, because I don't know. Escobar's Argentinian, but I don't know if they've ever trained together with the national team. That's probably about it. Maybe Sviatchenko, because he's played in Champions League in Europe. That's about it. But the same thing, like every team has that. Like you have the greatest. This is like being the Durham Bulls and Babe Ruth comes to your club. It's everybody's going to be. It's like if Taylor Swift left the game with Travis Kelce, everybody's going to look.
Oh man, that was big talk in this house. My daughter's a Swiftie. My daughter's a big Swiftie.
So is mine. I'm a Swiftie. You want to sing some songs together?
I don't know any of them. But...
You don't? Oh, she's great. I love Taylor Swift.
No. I mean, I know what it sounds like, but I can't sing along. I don't know the words to anything.
It sounds like an angel. What she sounds like.
There you go. Yeah, my daughter saw her in concert, so that was fun. But yeah, so all of a sudden, my daughter says she's an NFL fan out of nowhere just because of Taylor Swift, but which is funny. Sports
Taylor
shorts
Swift
in the chat. Hot
her
take,
tickets
Taylor
are overrated.
Swift is overrated.
Dude, all her music's good. I did the funniest person in Houston competition, and I had my daughter. I said, "Baby girl, pick my music," and she picked "Style" by Taylor Swift. So I went up there with the James Dean "Daydream Look in Your Eyes," and I didn't win. Placed fifth.
All right. Well, you are a bit of a performer as you're a comedian, and when you're not podcasting, you're doing a little comedy.
Every now and again, yeah. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they don't. When they don't, it sucks. It's like I'm not going to make the analogy because we're going to stay PG.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's we have a voicemail here, so let's go in case anybody wants to leave voicemails. The line is open 786-474-4435. Based on who's calling here, I see it. It's probably a nice softball. So let's go. Let's go to that. It's time for your voicemail.
Hello.
Hey, Peter and Uncle Ed, who's watching online because he's busy working. And Finn, welcome to the show. Oh, my gosh, I like this guy, actually, even though he's Houston and we're Miami. It's Italia, one world, one goal. He cracked me up with the comments on Gonzalo Higuain, who, yes, he was over there with a cig and a handful of empanadas, but he's still a world-class, amazing player. He just kind of fell into the spell of our curse of Tubby era of players, which is the first management we have that brought all these very unfit, untalented players in. But now we have Chris Henderson, our fusion fellow, working some magic. And yeah, we have way too many DPs, but we're working on that. And I do want to point out he's right about the fans because, the tickets were like, I think it was $30 to park, and then immediately it jumped up to $40. And then 50. As soon as Messi came in, people were complaining it's $50 to park, especially people that are, visiting from the away games. Like if somebody from Houston was to fly in and want to go, I'm sure they would freak out at the $50 parking. Of course, all these $800 ticket people are upset, and they had to start Messi kind of to prove a point with Toronto when he really should have been sat out that game. And, oh my God, too much trauma for your drama. We always have radio silence here. We never know what's going on. We didn't even know when the team was going to open for like 8 years. But hey, at least we got our team. And I do have a very funny Ben Olsen story from my Fusion days out at the pub. But, what happens in the pub stays in the pub. Very similar to Vegas. Okay, love you guys. Love the show. And good luck, except for when we beat you. Although defense does win games. That's what Pat Riley says from the Miami Heat. All right, love you guys. Bye.
So one world, one goal. You can't sit there and tell us you have a fun Ben Olsen story and then just bail on it and tell us you can't tell the story.
Everybody seems to. This is not the first show I've been on where somebody had a funny Ben Olsen story. I love him.
He's been around. He's been around. I mean, and one world, one goal. She and myself included, we're old Miami Fusion fans. So we were MLS fans back in the day. Our team got contracted, and Ben was playing back, and he was just a wee lad in some of those earlier years. But
yeah, I love him, man. He's a good guy. He sticks up for his team. God, he's everything I could possibly want in a coach.
That's good so far. I mean, so he seems to have turned the team around a bit. Again, not great on the road yet, but like you said, not a lot of teams are. But it's just something that One World, One Goal was saying as far as tickets. So if a Houston fan, I'm curious to see if we're going to have a Houston, turnout, because tickets are expensive. So I'm a season ticket holder. This did not count in my season ticket package. The first few U.S. Open Cup games did, right, but not this one. And I think my tickets were around $250 each for decent sideline seats, which is crazy. But I want to be there. It's my team. I want to see them lift a trophy. I wasn't able to be there in person for the League's Cup trophy. So, so the cheapest seat in the house right now is in a corner, our brand new corner seats that they just added, and that's $157 resale. So,
dude, look, I get it's aggravating because you guys want to, not you guys are fans. You want to go support the club and you want to do this the right way. But you have these guys that are just like, what, this is about money. And that just, to me, it shows the game's about glory. It's not about finances. It's about glory, not greed. And there's too many owners. You're not the only club. You're not the only club that's doing this. I think they're all doing it. And I've been following the ticket prices. I find that super interesting. So I talk about this pretty much every away game, at least, because when Inter Miami went to Dallas, tickets were $400 for a decent seat. LA, when they went to LAFC, tickets were $800. And things just in LA are going to be more expensive. And all the stars were there, right? So, where every city that Inter Miami goes to, ticket prices get jacked up. And that's where somebody in, say, Orlando might be a little upset where, you paid the big money, you're hoping to see the star player, and he doesn't come, right, because of injury. And that's possible with any. It's the risk you run.
That is. In sports, there's never a guarantee that your guy's going to play. But I
went and saw Bruce Springsteen on Valentine's Day, and Nils Lofgren, I love Nils. I think he's a fantastic. After Bruce, he's my favorite. He had COVID, but Messi not being there is like Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band touring without Bruce Springsteen. So yeah, man, that's the risk you run, and it sucks. But you're not getting your money back, guys. Like these guys do this because they make money, and every single one of them makes a boatload.
Well, here's the thing, though. We're talking about resellers, people making money and stuff like that, right? My tickets that I bought for tomorrow's game were not resale tickets. That was straight from Ticketmaster. Yeah. What is, I think, a big crime that if this is a Ticketmaster issue. It's not even so much an Inter Miami issue, but the issue is this pricing that it's flex pricing. So every minute that you're in there, the seat maybe was $100. You wait 5 minutes, it's up $120. You wait 15 minutes, it's $150. Right? There's this flex pricing that's all over the place. That goes crazy. Drives me nuts.
You know what's going to happen at some point, and I hate the idea of this. but the government already regulates hotel rooms. Oh no, the government regulates hotel rooms. At some point, because this happened with Springsteen tickets. After I got really good seats for a cheap price. It happened with Taylor Swift tickets. It's happening with Messi. At some point, the government is going to have to step in and regulate this to where you can't just gouge like during hurricanes and stuff like that. And it's wrong. It's wrong of the owners to do. And we are just, you know what? We came here to talk crap, and here we are agreeing. I don't like this. We're becoming friends, and it needs to stop. We need to fight some more.
Yeah, that's just not how we roll here. Usually, we end up in a hugging love affair with our guests.
I'll give you a kiss on both cheeks.
It's all love except for when we're on the pitch. Then it's we hate each other.
My co-host is an Arsenal fan. I'm a Spurs fan. So for 4 hours every year, I want to murder him.
I don't really follow much European soccer. I'm all local. In the chat, Louis Rodrigues is saying, without our 3 gem players, Miami got to lift the second trophy. So, he's basically saying,
I know what he means.
We're
saying he can beat us without him.
We may have to do some of the we think Messi will play. We don't know for sure. Busquets, we're pretty sure, I think, is going to play. But that's our MLS Cup hopes. Possible, but slim, right? It's a tough road, tough challenge. This is the more attainable challenge, and I got to be honest. I think Houston, you guys are good, but beatable. I think for sure that it's definitely a winnable game, especially if Messi's playing. Not gonna go out and say, we're gonna slaughter you guys. It's gonna be an easy game. I'm not gonna say anything like that. But I think it's definitely a winnable game. And you're talking about your goalkeeper. I don't know. Drake Callender could, in my opinion at least, be up for goalkeeper of the year. If it wasn't for our goalkeeper, we would not have this Leagues Cup trophy. We would, everybody talks so highly of Messi for obvious reasons, but Drake has kept us in these games. So, we're right there. And like Louis is saying, all players got to step up.
So I'm going to say this about the game.
Go for it.
I think this is speculation, but I think it's going to mean more to our guys than yours because these guys have been training and sweating together all year, and they have been grinding it out week in and week out, practice, games, travel, hot, humid weather, which there's no environmental advantage that you guys have over us. We play in it all the time. We lose, we gain the hour, right? So the time affects us, but our guys, man, I'm telling you right now, I don't remember the last time I've seen our club, our players have as much fun as they are this year and play for each other. This truly is a team. And I'm going to be honest, I think if we take this to penalties, y'all win. I think we have to win this game in regulation because I don't see us. Our goalkeeper 6'1", he hasn't stopped a penalty all year.
Yeah, so, and we've won 2 penalty games in the So yeah. So I would definitely I would put my money on Drake Callender all day and so your star player Hector Herrera, that we know about him. Who else should Inter Miami be worried about in the attack?
In the attack, Griffin Dorsey, right back. He is quietly, honestly, he's becoming one of the best attacking right backs in football, and you've never heard of him. But you look at his numbers and his ratings from the previous 6 or 7 games, he's absolutely on fire. Coco Carrasquilla, when he's on, he is on. Up top, you got Corey Baird, who I really like. I've always liked him. Other than that, Amin Bassi may not play. He's kind of like a 10 who can also play the left wing, but he's more of a creative guy. In the attack, you're going to have to worry about Aliyu. We have a young kid named Aliyu. He's a Nigerian. He's very pacey. His finishing is not very good, but he's 22. And we got another pacey guy named Nelson. Up top, we are fast. We have some speed up top. Nelson, Aliyu, Baird, and who's the other one? The hell, I forget. We're fast up top. But Baird, Ache, Coco in the attack.
Yeah, speed up top could definitely be to your benefit for sure. With our defense is fairly slow. Leo Lopez is also mentioning Nelson.
Haha Quinones. I call him Haha. So.
Yeah, so I mean, our that is one of our biggest liabilities is our slow defense. But luckily, Drake Callender in the net, fairly, with a
You keep
lot of
saying
confidence there.
you keep saying Drake Calendar, and in my head, I see the rapper Drake in like February.
Oh yeah,
like June. Like I just see 12 months of Drake, and
yeah.
I'm not a huge Drake fan. I like Calendar, but Drake the rapper. Is he a rapper? Is he a rapper, guys? Is Drake a rapper? Or is he just hip hop? Is he R&B? What are they calling it these days?
I don't know. I don't listen to any of that. Before you came in, I had to turn off the music that was playing in here. It was like the Scorpions. So I'm old school. So I don't know anything about the old.
80s rock, man. I talk about Springsteen. Yeah, we get along great, Peter.
I don't like Springsteen though, but your 80s metal, I'm all there. Here, One World One Goal has a question for you, Finn. It's still hot in Texas? I saw in the NASCAR race. Today. So our still sweltering heat won't bother you guys?
No, it won't. We're used to it, and we have a pretty organized press. And if one thing there is, we are in shape. Our boys are in shape, and they press well.
Well, what's the humidity like there?
Oh Jesus, 100, 90%. Yeah, when it's like 80%, it's like it's cold out. We put on hoodies. Yeah, dude, the humidity is just like Miami. This place was a swamp when we defeated Mexico in 1836. It's a swamp. It's a bayou. It's covered with mosquitoes and low-lying marshlands and the coast. So it's just like Miami, but
without the beautiful beaches.
Yeah, our beaches suck. And you guys got better Cuban food. I'll tell you right now, your Cuban food's way better.
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as destination, Miami definitely has Houston beat. I mean, I've been to Texas once. I spent a week in Dallas. I had no interest in going to Houston, but spent a week in Dallas. I did go see the FC Dallas play. It was cool going to their stadium.
You and like 7 other people. You and like 7 other people. They don't.
Oh no, it was pretty empty. Yeah. But Houston, you guys have the same problem. So.
We do. You keep bringing up our pay. I don't want to talk about our problems, Peter. I want to talk about other people's problems.
Speaking of your problems, though, I will say this. I remember when when the Earthquakes first moved to Houston, you were playing in a temporary stadium in some college.
U of H Stadium, yeah.
And I don't know how the entire stadium looked, but the way it looked on TV, really good crowd. It was really good in the beginning.
But like you said, the first 8 years, we sold everything out.
Yeah, like you said, the fans got turned off over the years for whatever reason, and now it does look a little bit struggling. And I'm not going to talk too much crap about crowds. We have our own issues here.
Yeah, I'd like to make the analogy that when Gabriel Brenner took over, it was like when Tina Turner married Ike, and we were Tina, and we left. It wasn't good. And it was years of it, so it's going to take time to heal those wounds with the people.
All right. Well, what are your predictions for tomorrow?
2-1 Houston Dynamo win. I say you guys score early and you guys get real excited, but you're going to go as Messi goes. So if I see in the chat a lot of people are saying he's going to start and come out, I guarantee you probably start. No, you don't think so, Peter?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, so the last time this kind of came up where, we thought, will he play? Won't he play? We thought it's better to bring him off the bench, let the young guys start once the game's settled down a little bit, bring him in the second half or something like that, especially if he's questionable about going for the entire game. But that's not the way it went. And Messi started. I think that was his first game. He started and didn't come off the bench. At the end of the day, it's if Messi wants to play, Tata Martino is going to put him in, and he's going to to some extent, Messi is the coach in some ways, right? He his own coach in that way. I mean, he's going to play when he wants to play, and no one's going to really tell him no, unless it's a doctor maybe. But so I would like to see him come off the bench, but he may start. He might.
Let me ask you, the worst team in MLS is Colorado, right? You think Colorado?
I don't know about the standings. I'm not sure as far as the standings, but I do know that they don't have there's no love for the Colorado Rapids. I mean, specifically their owner, Stan Kroenke. I mean, nobody seems to like him. He's known as a huge cheapskate and all that. Even now, trying to get more money out of for the World Cup final at SoFi Stadium. So, there's no love for that man, but
I wonder if David Beckham could go play for them right now. Like if Beckham could just put his boots back on and step into Colorado and make him better. You think so? Is Colorado that bad that a 50-year-old man could go make him better?
No, no. Beckham
He'd
cannot.
Prettier. They'd be prettier.
He might, be better looking, but he's not going to tear up the field at this age. No, but it's funny is that was a conversation that was had before Messi came. Is can Messi come in and it was made by this comment made by Kreis, our old assistant coach before he was our assistant coach, that if Messi comes into a worse placed team in MLS, would they make the playoffs? And so that's where we're trying to find out. But at least at the end of the day, they've lifted one trophy with a very good possibility of lifting another trophy tomorrow.
It's like him coming to y'all was like when Brady went to Tampa Bay.
Yeah. It's a good analogy.
But if you got a whole season with Messi and he plays half the matches, you probably win the Eastern Conference.
Well, that's next year. That's what we're looking at next year. I would imagine. You do a little more game management. I mean, he came in and he played every minute of every game. But when he came in, we were in the middle of a knockout tournament. So it made sense to play him every game. And that's why it makes sense to play him tomorrow. And then on the weekend, we're playing New York City. He rests. And, I'm bringing my son to that game. It's the first game he's ever gone to because he doesn't really care for soccer. But all of a sudden, he's interested because, Messi. And and I had to tell him, I said, no guarantees he's going to play because he is going to play. I'm fairly confident he will play on Wednesday, but that just means come Saturday, he definitely won't. Going back to the predictions, here's some comments in the chat.
Yeah, I'm seeing some of these 7-2. Ed, you're tripping. Whatever's in Ed's drink, I need some.
Miguel saying 2-1 Houston. Kata 3-2 Miami in extra time. Yeah, this will have extra time, whereas in the Leagues Cup there was no extra time, went direct to penalties. This will have extra time. Leo Lopez says 2-1. Sports Shorts 2-1 Houston if Messi does not play. If we have Messi, he's flipping it around 2-1.
Yeah.
I love Ed. Ed is my co-host, so he's going to have fun here. 7-2 Inter Miami. There's definitely a tongue-in-cheek here. Hat trick, Messi, and Campana, a goal for Farias. Own goals by Avilés and Miller. Well, that has happened on our end, the own goals. So
the Eric Thomas comments got me.
All right, let's go to Eric Thomas. Eric Thomas saying, I say 2-0 Inter. Houston doesn't have any true strikers, and they're a Cinderella team, not impressed.
They are not a Cinderella team.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll find out. I mean, time will tell. But
am I frozen on your end? Because my video.
No, yeah, you did. Yep, you froze.
It froze in a very unflattering position. I look like I got hit in the.
So well, in that case, let's go full screen.
How do we fix this? How do I get this out here? Change this. Get me. God Almighty! Look at that.
Yeah, no, I that's on your end. I'm sorry. But
I'm gonna refresh real quick. Hold on.
All right, go ahead. We'll give him a second. There you go.
Are we good?
Yep, you're better.
All right.
All right, so back to some of those comments. This is one of our favorite things that we like to do on this channel is just we're comments heavy. So we'll wrap up here with a few more comments, let you get back to your kids.
We don't have to if you don't want to. They seem like they're entertaining themselves.
They seem to be good. They're quiet. Leo Lopez, no true strikers, maybe, but we're winning as a team. And that was one thing I will say is true about Inter Miami as well. We love to talk about Messi, and I like to talk about Calendar, but Tata Martino, I respect Ben Olsen. I think he's done well. I take Tata over Ben Olsen any day. Specifically, also it fits with our Latin culture down here and stuff like that. But good coach, coached at all levels. But he's brought a lot out of the other players. The players that are not Messi, Busquets, and Alba. Brought a lot out of our academy kids. We have academy kids playing and getting looks and getting international call-ups with Kromowski. Ruiz getting a call-up with his international team. These kids are like 18, 19 years old. So we are in the same boat. I mean, winning as a team. The thing with Messi being on this team and also Tata, he's the entire team is lifted.
You don't worry that Tata because you look at Tata, who he's coached. He's coached some of the best teams in the world, right? With
sure.
Massive resources. At the same time, you don't worry maybe he's fallen off a little bit based on the last World Cup with Mexico.
No, everybody falls off with Mexico, and Mexico is a tough country to coach in. You can't hold Mexico against him. I would look at more of what he did with Atlanta because he's in MLS, right? So
Atlanta have they're one of the highest grossing MLS teams in the league. I think their attendance is number one, correct? Year in, year out. So
they got that big ass stadium too. So they can fill it.
You use the bad word.
Oh, that's about as bad as I get.
I got cussed yet. Have I cussed yet?
No.
Look at this. My listeners are going to be pissed.
Going through and enjoying your frozen screen. I'm a little bit behind.
I'm not frozen anymore, right?
No, I know, but I'm behind on my comments here.
I just realized that you can see the stupid cardboard I put in my air conditioner vent to redirect the air. Guys, that's what happens when you get into education for a living. You can't afford real air conditioning.
We cannot tell what that is had you not pointed it out. Just so you know.
That's right. Hold on a second. Jesus, this is backwards. Is it flying a plane? Right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Would never have noticed had you not pointed it out. Louis Rodrigues, who is saying that Tata's tactics got to be very interesting tomorrow. So yeah, there's definitely. I don't think anybody, at least no Inter Miami fan that I know, none of the viewers of our channel here probably are going to talk heavy smack. A lot of respect for Houston, but I feel confident that I think tomorrow night we're talking probably 2-1 victory, Miami, obviously.
Yeah. I think we could shock the world. It does kind of worry me. Tata should know Hector Herrera inside and out and know how to negate him.
Yep.
So that's one advantage y'all have. But at the same time, 3 of your players are brand spanking new. So you got to kind of worry about the cohesiveness over the course of, a whole season and fatigue. But we're all healthy, aside from Amin, but everybody that's integral to our success right now is healthy. And yeah, Messi is the GOAT, Ricardo.
Yeah.
Who's number 2? Who's your number 2 of all time? Pele?
What's that? Say the question again. Something.
So,
Pele.
so,
what do you mean?
So Ricardo Gomez says Messi GOAT. Or actually, It looks like a camel. It looks like a camel to me. But he almost went to Saudi Arabia. Who's number 2 for you?
Oh, for me, I thought we were talking about Inter Miami in particular. Just I don't know. That's all debatable. I don't care about that stuff. Who's because it's. I think those are kind of dumb conversations. Nothing. I'm not calling you dumb, Finn, but just when people talk about different eras of any sport, is LeBron better or Jordan better? Or they played in different eras. The game is different. So Pele, one world, one goal will play in your pretend conversation. Pele, Maradona, Messi, CR7, and then Del Piero is where she goes. But they all played in different eras. So the game, I mean, Pele and Maradona obviously more in the same era, and Messi and CR7 in the same era. But the game is different now than it was then. So it's hard to tell. But we're happy that we have Messi. And so what are the thoughts? Your thoughts or the thoughts of Houston fans of Messi? Like, some people think, hey, mad respect. You did what no other team could do or would do and brought in the world's best player. Other people are like, you're buying trophies. They like to say, grown, not bought. Where do you stand on this?
That's the game. Best team, the best club in the world, Real Madrid, money. Manchester City, money. Liverpool, money. LAFC, money. Every single team that wins has, wait for it, money. So the Yankees, money. It's money, man. It's a money thing. So buy it, sure, but you have to you can play it the right way. the right way where you develop and you sell for profit. But I mean, with the ownerships now and the conglomerates and the states, the nation states that are buying in and using this as a, I'm not going to go into that part. But no, it's
Sports
you
washing.
got money, you win. Money wins. Yeah, sports money wins, man. Look at the legal system. Look at everything. Money wins, dude. How do we feel about it? I just don't want to foot the bill. I don't want other MLS clubs, which was a rumor, and I don't know. My co-host would know this more than me. He's the smart one, and no, Peter, I am the dumb one on the show. I'm just here for the jokes. I don't want to foot the bill, and I don't want it to negatively affect my club to where we're helping pay for his salary, which is something that was kicked around. But I think if you want to sign him, you pay for him. You brought him in. Good for you. It is what it is. I mean, would I like to have Messi here? Sure. Because I could go Uber downtown and become a multimillionaire when the Dynamo play matches. You know what I'm saying? But like, dude, it's good for the game in America. It is going to expose people to the game that previously didn't care at all because now you have the greatest player in the world here. I don't care where he plays. Seattle, Portland, as long as they go to Austin or Dallas. I don't care where he plays. But like, it's good for the game, and the game is what's important to me, and the quality of it is important. You know,
it's good for the league. I mean, I've heard the commentary about my team shouldn't have to pay for him. I don't think that is what's happening. I think our ownership is paying that $50-60 million. But even if the entire league, even if your owner is flipping the bill, that's the nature of MLS. MLS, you don't technically own a team. You have the owner operating rights, and you're just buying into the larger corporation. So as the larger corporation does well or does poorly, as do you. So, winnings, profit margins are spread out across the league. You mentioned Colorado Rapids and Stan Kroenke. He's benefiting off of the Messi, there was a report early on that the first handful of games, I think after Leagues Cup and a couple of MLS games, that $250 million has been made across the league in just ticket sales. So all ships rise with Messi. So, it is what it is. I mean, it's a single entity ownership. So
as long as they're using the increase in Apple subscriptions to offset it, and we're getting some revenue sharing from it, I'm okay. But I mean, my focus, we cannot afford to screw this up. We have a golden opportunity with a good owner. He's a good owner. We have a solid GM. We have a good coach. We can't screw it up. And I don't want it to be affected by Messi, but he's here for 2 years, maybe?
2.5 years with an option for a third. I think they'll probably option the third as long as he's healthy, because they want him to play in the new stadium that they've just started breaking ground on. And so that stadium's going to open in 2025.
You better hurry, because sometimes those stadiums take a little bit longer to build.
Yeah, they plan on it opening in 2025. Luckily, our ownership group are in the construction business. So, I mean, they built our temporary stadium, Drive Pink, quickly. So, in theory, they should be able to get it done quick. But, yeah, I agree. I'm concerned that, whether or not he'll get in there as well.
Our ownership group's in the waste management group. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, taking out the crap. Jeff Strong's saying...
super fan. I love Jeff. He's great, dude.
MLS, the organization, though, does have favorite teams over other teams. They always have done that. I think... Yeah, to some extent, but I don't think it's like, hey, we like LAFC better than we like Houston Dynamo. I think it's just that they've got more, bigger player owners, for example, just using LAFC as an example, or LA Galaxy, because people have complained that they bent the rules with the LA Galaxy. I've always said this: if you want to, our problem with Inter Miami getting caught cheating is that we did it without telling MLS. If MLS is involved in the cheat, it's all good. They'll help you to some extent if it's good for the league. But in our case, we did it without them knowing. So it didn't go so well. But I think as far as favorite organizations, it really is just what do you bring into the league? And if you're bringing big crowds and big money, then sure, you're a favorite. If you're not, then your voice may be a little bit less.
Yeah, everybody's got favorites, favorite teams, favorite players, favorite children. We all got favorites,
Yeah, sure.
My favorite children's out there waiting for me.
All right, and let's do that, and let's we got some people that just joining in late. He's Mike V saying, "I just joined, so I got the smack." Well, you're a little bit late. We're gonna wrap this up. I told you we'd keep you for 30 minutes. We've kept you for close to an hour. So I appreciate your time, Finn. It was a lot of fun. Finn, tell everybody how they can follow you and your podcast and all the stuff you sell and on your website and all that good stuff.
Okay, so go to Google, type in Houston Dyna Pod, and it'll pop up. Guys, I don't just talk poorly about other MLS clubs. I also tell jokes here in Houston. So if you're ever in Houston and you want to come out to some comedy clubs and you happen to sit through and make this whole hour, hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. I will give you a comics version tour. You can go backstage and we can check stuff out. And I'll give you the real deal. It'll be fun.
Nice. All right, so any local Leo Lopez is in here. I mean, there's some people in here that
I brought my hooligans. They're with me.
Yeah. Miguel's in here. Maybe they want to go see some comedy.
And we spell hooligans Houlligans here.
How creative.
I know. That was sarcasm, Peter. Peter, are we still friends?
Yeah. Speaking of, I normally love talking logos. I'm in the graphics business. Did you see the Seattle Sounders logo?
Oh God, no. Hold on a second. Is it brand new?
Yeah, brand new.
Oh God. I mean, judging by the way the face you. Ew.
No, I'm on board with it. I'm on board with it. Oh, hang on.
Well, hold on. Compared to the There's a couple. There's a couple. They got their arm sleeve bands. I don't like the text with the little swoosh through it. I don't like that. But the Space Needle on the let me see.
There we go. I was trying to find it.
Let me give you this. Here you go. I can't.
Yeah, so the fans can see it as we're talking. Yeah, I like it. It's clean, simple design. Look, it's better than that Houston logo. They did. No. Hang on. They did you guys wrong. They gave you a baseball logo for a soccer team. Well, it's a great baseball logo. It is not a good soccer logo.
I guess hey, we're trying to tap into that was an intelligent concept. They're trying to tap into the Astros group by confusing them. Because the Astros fans still don't realize they cheated in 2017. I'm a Mets fan,
right?
Like I said, pain, but but the old logo we had, it looks like an anime cartoon logo. I like.
Well, it's funny is I'm somewhat friendly with the guy that designed that old logo. Because he at one point designed like half of the MLS logos, but his logos as I think they were good for their time. But that Houston logo. If we bring this slide up, you can see it here. It looks kind of like the Padres logo, I think. Isn't that the way it's kind of like the things intersect?
But Padres do it, the Yankees do it, the Mets do it. The D is a little long. It's not tall enough. It's not symmetrical. But
it's not hideous, but it's just like I said. It to me is not a soccer logo. It's a baseball.
I don't know where the lightning bolt comes from. Though, like that. We have storms. We could have just been called the Houston Hurricanes, the Houston Harveys.
All right, you want to give it a totally different name?
No, I mean I like having it. I kind of like having a name and not just being like like an FC or an SC. I kind of like it. It's different.
Or a CF like us.
Yeah, purists though, they're like, no, you should just be Houston FC or Houston SC or Sporting Houston. The purists don't like it, but I kind of like it. It's neat.
All right. As long as you guys as fans like it, that's all that matters. But anyways, I wasn't planning on going down the path too much to talk about the Seattle Sounders logo. But I don't know, it just popped on my head as we were closing out because it was news today. Just came out today.
Is that a whale? Is that a whale?
It's an orca, killer whale, orca. Okay. Yeah. No. So what I like about this is it's modern and retro at the same time. So your main badge is very, very modern, clean design, which is minimalist, which is the current style of design everywhere. And then you go in the top right, the Seattle Sounders word mark and the orca. That's very 70s, going back to their history, starting in 1974 in the old NASL. So it's retro and modern all at the same time. So I dig it.
Right on. Well, hey. Everybody's got different strokes for different folks.
Exactly. And clean and modern minimalist is not for everybody. I was reading a ton of comments about the logo, and they're very mixed. But
Jesus,
as always,
there's 115 people watching this right now. What's up, players?
Yeah, usually there's more, but we're not on our main Sunday night. So,
but make me feel bad.
but everybody, first off, we'll just wrap this up. We'll end the show right here. Thanks so much for Finn for joining. Check him out on Twitter as well at Dyna Pod. It's been on the screen most of the night, so you guys can check him out there. Follow him, and I know you sell some merch. You like to feed your kids. I think it says on your website.
Yeah,
buy some merch.
Yeah. We just got rid of one of the Inspired by True event lines. It was I don't know if I could hold on. I don't want to. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to show you anything. Anyway, thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, and you know, like I mentioned before here, let me change this real quick. Producing on the fly. Usually my co-host will start talking when I do stuff like this. But here's the, you know, on the web, you can just, they're on Spotify. So, and all, it looks like probably all other formats you could think of, Apple podcasts, all the other stuff, just like ours as well. We do an audio version as well, but check them out. Should be a lot of fun. I listened to a little bit of your stuff before having you on, and I dig it.
And you still had me on.
I did.
You're brave. You are brave.
A lot of fun, Finn. Hey, everybody, thanks so much for watching. You know what to do. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.